hello. Now again, Preacher Benjamin there for Say It As It Is, PIDGIN News. We're there for BBTV Live. Thank you, I don't join. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know where you join from, but I thank you for supporting BBTV, and I thank you for spreading news for the wonderful educative topic they will get on for here. Thank you all for the things they want to do for we. God bless you all for this wonderful news when I don't join them. Today, the topic we want to talk now about all this African government. But say, I not going to put all their presidents for here. I go just pick two presidents of Africa where they need to receive sense. Talk about them. We want to talk about African government and then try to talk for them. Me they understand. So when I say Africans they suffer today, Africans they work and go for country, they not be ready for go because our government don't decide say they don't want to fix their country. They don't decide say they don't want to fix their country. Government don't decide say they want to shit on them. The eat only them. They don't care. Thank God for coronavirus. So some of una go shut up for una country type for even be una hospital them. Because all of una be run can Europe, can't go treatment. Come Europe, can't do the it don't be time where una get for shit done for una country. Learn for shit done for your country now. Be a hospital for they be a this thing them. So for today, I go call this our two presidents for Africa. May they come for here, may we try for tell them one thing. I go call the president for Giant for Africa, they call that man Buhari. Monsieur Buhari, présentez-vous. My glasses look the president fine. See it. What's that other president? He friend, he best friend. I don't know whether a big boy or they be age mate. Because Buhari and this other president, Cameroon president, also they be age mate or they be brother, or they be brothers from different father, or a brother from the same father. Where our president Monsieur Paul Biya, handsome man. You see this papa, he take chair where young. He take chair where he really young. And this kind of thing they go talk, so you take chair where young. You don't be for chair na 37 years, or na 30 something years, or na 38 years, or na 30 years, don't be for chair. When I know why I call these two presidents the way they come for here today. When I see why would call them, one tell them some news, one give them news too, how they feel learn for fix their own country. How they feel learn for fix their own country. Mr. Buhari, President Paul Biya, Mr. Paul Biya, as soon as they hear so, why BBTV bring una for here and say, one make una watch this video about Singapore. How Singapore come up from poverty become which way they be today. When we una watch us, sometimes if you educate both of una learn to have to develop on our own country. Because we don't tire the thing where Africans and officials done for their own country, we live outside the suffer, they treat people anyhow. Where if you be so to give people the small opportunity for that Africa get resources a lot. European countries that they live now from African resources, they benefit now from African resources. But we Africans, we say nothing enjoy our own resources. So when I regarded this video, now the video this regardez-vous.
With tears in her eyes, she said, "Every country deserves this. A future is the best gift we can give our kids." These were my wife's words when she was celebrating Singapore's National Day this year. This was her emotion after seeing less fortunate countries struggle with problems Singapore once had. The Singapore we know today wasn't always like this. Back in the 60s, there was racial tension that led to many deaths and hundreds of injuries. In the same period, Singapore became independent from Malaysia and had to decide its own fate. The economy wasn't stable, no natural resources, and many people had no jobs, housing, or formal education. Without solving these problems, it is more difficult for a nation to progress. So, how did Singapore do it? Education. Singapore focused on making an educated nation. 20% of the country's budget is spent on education. This is to keep it universal, practical, and relevant to the market needs. English was made the official language for teaching to suit children from all races. Mother tongue was still preserved and taught in schools. Primary education was made compulsory, and by this year, 97.5% of Singaporeans are educated. Education, it can't be stressed enough. An educated nation can communicate, socialize, and make better choices for themselves and their country. housing. To solve the housing problem, the government launched a public housing program. Housing is generally expensive in Singapore due to the lack of land. However, with government subsidy and payment options, majority of Singaporeans can afford to own a shelter. Housing system also forced people of different races to live together. We are Singaporean Arabs, our neighbors are Chinese, Malay, and Indians. New economy. Upon independence, Singapore put together a plan to become a center for manufacturing and service industry. Government built industrial estates to make it a center for businesses. The service industry grew and attracted other investments that made the economy stronger and created more jobs for the people. Singapore today is home to one of the largest and busiest shipping ports in the world. It is the fourth richest country despite its small size and lack of resources. If you think your country is poor because you have no resources, remember Singapore. If you think your country is unstable because you have different ethnic and religious groups, remember Singapore. If there is one thing we can learn from Singapore, it is that the most valuable natural resource for a country is its people. God bless.
When I welcome back for BBTV, whether our two presidents, they may look their face fine. When I see those two presidents, if Mawe they can't join her now, if you join her now, you see those two presidents. One are president for some country they call say Cameroon. That Cameroon they say they speak two languages, English and French. One are president for the giant of Africa, Nigeria. Those two presidents wanna see for this, so they be brothers because then two of them they behave the same. They be brothers. They don't decide say they no one fix their country. They don't decide say no one develop their country. They don't decide say no one do nothing. So we'll bring them for here today. We can show them how Singapore, they be proud of their country today. They talk say the Singapore we see today, no be the Singapore we be there before. No be Singapore we be there before. They don't strategize, and they don't help women know how their country be finally be developed. There was one time that English part of the Cameroon way, they never will come. You know Singapore they talk with them know. Say education. They make sure say everybody go for school. But we also want separate. We also no one be part of a country. Then wait to decide na say me pikin no go school for 3 years. Pikin no go school. How now want me some country be developed? Where education now one of the key for a developed country. Even for white man country today, they even man person don't old they still force me to go school. So that means at least you get some sense of reasoning. If you come for Europe here, you not take that advantage for that school where they talk me people go study, then you get problem. One of the advantage you get for take out for the Europe now, that school where they tell people me they go. Some country they say they will even pay you as you go school. So now the advantage that now we'll bring these two presidents forever can tell them. And another 132 presidents again, we go show them how they say that the thief money, the money that's on for Nigeria. I go show now one video again after this where you see how politicians that the thief money put their answer back. When I watch the video.
My people now well done. Now verse they talk this one so. The video one on the look so. Now our people are politicians. Our money when they hide, now be this. Use and not use them. Spend and not spend them. They hide them from different places. Wrap them for Ghana must go back. Use clothes wrap them. Put some for inside cupboard. None of the money they carry use. People there they hungry. They die for hospital because they don't pay money for operation. Some not fit eat, they not fit send their children to school. Now one human being hide all this plenty money for one corner when we say money self is not user. The money self it don't decay, it don't spoil. Wait till they do us. Now wait till they do us when all this nonsense won't stop. This is so painful and sad. When all this nonsense won't stop, when we say our leaders, our politicians, when we say now we vote them put for there, it don't turn to another thing. It be like say no other job for Nigeria at top nowadays. The only job where they Nigeria now to be a politician. Even the ones who just they finish school, where just they graduate from university, they won't be politician. No job at all. This is so shameful. This is so annoying. Which kind of thing is who do us this one? Which kind of cost be this one? This one are money where politicians, our leaders, them loot when they hide. Use them, not use them. Whoever do this one, when we say now he hide this money, when we say people die. Man die, woman die, children die. People not fit eat. Sickness kill people. And somebody keep this money for one corner when we say he not let people see, use, he not give people, even if he not fit use them. The person will do this kind of thing. peace e no go get o. Even if you go in grave, peace e still no get, because this money for solve a lot of problem for people. I just say make una see wetin our politicians, make una see wetin people wey don root Nigerians don turn to. Na wetin dem dey do be this one. And as we still dey talk, so some people still get for house, or when we say they don hide o, they never fear, never let them put them for bank o, because right now they dey monitor people wey get money for account. They don hide money.
When I don't see na video that no politician them, African politician, one person fit be selfish to that extent. You go the team money the time, they keep am. Money don't even the puri for play with the money. Money don't the spoil. See there are two presidents, the way they go, all their politicians, the thief like them. Which type of life where we Africans they live and so? Which type of life where we Africans they we don't decide for the live am? We don't make am for the way we not even develop our own country. We just be so selfish. So selfish. You want die, you go die, carry that money go. The amount of money where all the two presidents they get, and even they die generation to generation. That's why I don't want me to picking. Even when I picking them for generation, they no go ever still poor. Why I not be sharing for the poor? Why even I don't want to share the money for the poor? Education, educate the poor, it be important. In those days for Cameroon, school they be there free, government school free, private school free. Now so we know they again. Give education. First time for Cameroon, university picking, they be pay them, they give them boost for university. It not there. What to be all this? Well, not be say money not there for that country. Money there for the country now because the presidents they don't decide for talk say and their politicians them. Governors there for Nigeria for each state. They only there for pile. Anybody will go as a politician, it the only thing that how you want thief. No person need to enter for that thing say okay, he want to develop his own area, he want to develop his own quarter, he want even develop play with his family, the state, he want even develop his own village. No politician need to even think for develop something where at least if people they will remember he. All the way they enter for the only thing na for thief money. Every politician enter for the only thing na for thief money. The one will say after the person will come into don't chop it, meet I want chop my own. Why you get for be so? Why you go for be so? If you be an average man in the society, you be more comfortable. There will be a greedy man where you only want to take money, the pile. You go end up how with that money. You know if you chop that money finish no. If you are unpicking them, they don't chop and finish. Who say we Africans they go? I beg, me say Paul Biya and Buhari, we not do something for our country them. I don't want to start to bring all African president for here. Just we not do alone. We not try to do something. It is getting out of hand. Now wow, I just tire all these African politicians them. All this one day they say that they fear God. People that they fear God when I start to join politics. Because people they will talk say, oh, why be a God person not supposed to join? A lie. Even inside Bible, time may be when God be the choose rulers for country. Now God will choose them. So if we really want me country change, the younger ones they go step in and they born again, and the ones who they believe so they know God, the one that they believe so they fear God, where they no go fear na man, they go fear God, be they step into government politics so that they fit change things them. Because all these greedy papa they never be them ready for change anything. They want to die them with their greediness, spoil country, so they country don't spoil all that two countries, then are useless. They don't spoil so they even road no day. Even no one give for the money, una develop it, una build field, una build road, una give light, una make education, una where even if no one give any man money, una make country get employment no. Hey God. In short, the news over vex me. It will vex me because Africa get all these resources where Singapore get away, don't develop Singapore. Africa get away, Africa fit develop Africa. I just be so disappointed with African politicians them. Well, we will leave now for this place for now. I beg anywhere we do any place to watch this news, share them for your friends there. Make we learn how we think we go develop our own country them back. Since where the old people they don't decide so they no one do anything. Me the young one they step in with their little resources the way they get them. Try for the do a lot of handwork. Try for go technical school them. Try for learn all those things before. In those days, parents they never one picking they go technical school, but technical school they be more important because you will be creative. You will be creative. If you do a lot of different things so that we will try to develop our own country because white man country now white man country. White man no go ever take you like them. Whether you like you carry their passport for their hand, whether you like they born you for the country. So far as you get that color, they no go ever take you like them. So Africans when I begin to learn for how una want see how una want develop una own place and go back. So now all I go talk for una for now. Make sure so you download our app, you subscribe for our BBTV, follow us on Facebook. We know they not active for Instagram for the moment. The time una all una don't watch. Au revoir.